Once upon a time, Chinese netizens called Zuckerberg China's son-in-law. Let's take a look at why he could win this honor and what he has done. First, as a successful internet entrepreneur, Zuckerberg also dropped out of well-known universities like his seniors Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Does it sound very familiar? Second, in 2014, he gave a speech in China's Tsinghua University in Beijing. In the interview section, Zuckerberg answered all the questions in Chinese. Although he echoed Hugh Jackman in oral Chinese, the overall effect was great. And in September 2015, Chinese President Xi Jinping met with Zuckerberg during the China-US Internet Forum. Zuckerberg was a representative of the US and he spoke only in Chinese. He told Chinese President Xi Jinping he once read Xi's books, and the concept of governing a country in that book has inspired him a lot for his work. Last, in 2016, Zuckerberg came to Beijing. It's reported at that time the smoke reached dangerously high levels in the city and most of the local people wore facial masks. He didn't wear a mask and even jogged through the Tiananmen Square. Then he posted a photo which aroused heated online discussion. Since then, his image, an internet CEO who loves China, has deeply rooted in Chinese netizens' minds. Some may say he also married a Chinese-American woman. But in fact, his wife's parents are both Vietnamese. Besides, he just looks like an Asian, but he's a native-born American. That's not even close to Chinese-American. It's as far-fetched as someone said Sandra Oh is a Chinese-American. Unexpectedly, on July 29th, during a hearing in Capitol Hill, Apple CEO Tim Cook, Alphabet CEO Sundar Pichai, Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, and Zuckerberg were asked whether they believed the Chinese government was stealing technology from US companies. The Facebook CEO said he thinks the problem is well documented. Zuckerberg was the only major technology CEO to confirm that China was stealing from US companies. The remaining three big tech CEOs said they have seen no evidence of that fact. It makes me wonder why, on the one hand, Zuckerberg seems to be close to China, but on the other hand, his words and actions are inconsistent. Why does he keep playing patriotism card? The answer is simple. Zuckerberg is panicking. Facebook ushers in its darkest hours. Dating back to 2013, if Facebook didn't buy WhatsApp, it may be the same as Tumblr, hiding somewhere in your cell phone and waiting for being forgotten. At that year, Facebook's monthly active users kept decreasing. People began to be bored with wide coverage form of social entertainment and turned to simpler platforms such as Instagram and Snapchat, as well as pure instant messaging apps such as WhatsApp and WeChat. Facebook wouldn't sit still waiting for that. Finally, it bought WhatsApp for $19 billion. Some may say that's too expensive. WhatsApp didn't worth that much. But we all know that Zuckerberg didn't actually buy WhatsApp, but extend Facebook's life. After that, Facebook bought Instagram and some other social networking platforms in succession in order to secure its leading position in global internet industry. However, the trend of internet remains in a state of flux. Since 2018, world's biggest internet companies started to pay attention to the integration value of social entertainment. Such integration doesn't merely refer to provide more functions and attract more users. It means the integration of online and offline senses. To create a super app like WeChat has become a dream for many developers. Zuckerberg also expressed similar thoughts more than once. Although Facebook has already been closer to a super app which can satisfy our daily needs, compared with WeChat, however, it lacks a core function, the offline payments. And to tackle the area of weakness, Facebook launched Libra, a new digital currency in 2019. Different from Bitcoin, Libra can be the real currency in our daily lives. Besides, not only Facebook supported Libra, but also Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal. And the most important thing is the Libra can be exchanged with international currencies freely. If allowed by governments around the world, Libra could even replace dollars to be another form of gold. Not surprisingly, the development of Libra was opposed by U.S. House of Representatives, Ministry of Finance, and many other departments in the U.S. Facebook has said it hopes to launch Libra in this year, but the future isn't optimistic at present. Anyhow, one thing is for sure. Libra is an important step Facebook has taken in turning itself into a super app. Without offline payment, Facebook will only be a social networking app forever. But with Libra, Facebook could become a real virtual country, a United States in cyber world. The success of Facebook lies in the fact that it can predict development trends precisely and get well prepared before changes happened. However, Zuckerberg didn't expect that the short-form videos would become so popular among worldwide users after words and images, even though the CEO is so smart. He even didn't think TikTok, a company from China, would attract 26.5 million monthly active users aged between 16 to 24 years old in America. In fact, TikTok has become a major new social entertainment among US teenagers. Zuckerberg's attitude towards TikTok is ambivalent. He said, "I think TikTok is worthy of attention not only for the new trend it has brought about, but also for its expansion speed. I think the geopolitical implications of what TikTok is doing is quite interesting. I think we have time to learn and understand and get ahead of the trend." Then Facebook launched Lasso, its experimental TikTok copycat. After 1 year of Lasso's launch, it merely got 425,000 downloads, which was a little embarrassing. After losing the market among teenagers, Facebook began to stress TikTok's threat to the national security and invasion of users' privacy. Meanwhile, it also launched Reels with the hope of occupying the market at TikTok's weakest moment. It's worth mentioning, during the hearing in July, an email was mentioned between Zuckerberg and Robin Li, who is the CEO of China's tech giant Baidu. In the email, Zuckerberg told his team, "There are many advantages of copy and plagiarism."
I'm not concerned about others. I'm just asking you, Mr. Zuckerberg, since March of 2012, after that email conversation, how many competitors did Facebook end up copying?
Congresswoman, I can't give you a number of companies.
Is it less than 5?
Congresswoman, I don't know.
Less than 50? Any estimates? Your team was making a plan. How did it play out?
Congresswoman, I'm not sure I agree with the premise here.
Besides copy, I think any great enterprise shouldn't incite nationalism or populism to guarantee or safeguard its development. Zuckerberg loves China, and he hopes China could become Facebook's second largest market in the long term. His pro-China actions are just measures rather than purposes. Recently, he kept painting Facebook as a proudly American company with the hope that the US government could help him to eliminate his biggest Chinese competitor, TikTok. Well, it reminds me of a well-known Chinese company, Huawei. Its CEO Ren Zhengfei once said in an interview, "All my family members use Apple products because they are really good."
我们家人现在也还没有苹果机，因为我们很多家人在国内这个苹果的生态要更好，说不能下面这个爱华为就爱华为手机。
I'm Kathy Chen, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you like it, just subscribe and leave your comment. Bye.